Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Wednesday, the final day of May. It's the 31st of May, World Parrot Day, World No Tobacco Day, National Utah Day, Necrotizing Fasciitis Awareness Day.
What is that?
I don't know. It doesn't sound great. National Smile Day, National Autonomous Vehicle Day, National Flip-Flop Day, National Senior Health and Fitness Day, National Macaroon Day, or Macaron, M-A-C-A-R-O-O-N. Macaroon, right? Macaroon?
Macaroon. That's a macaroon, yes.
Yeah. Excuse me. National Speak in Complete Sentences Day.
That
Sorry.
should be every day.
And National Save Your Hearing Day. Huh? All right. And I've got a guest. Heidi's mother is really excited about this. Brandon Fugal is who I'm going to be talking to. He is the owner of Skinwalker Ranch, and he's
she
also
loves this
I know.
show.
I didn't realize she was into this, but we were talking about the fact that I was going to be chatting with him. She's like, "Oh, you got to ask
so
this and this and this."
excited.
Yeah, I think your mother and I had a better conversation about this than anything we've ever talked about.
Probably.
Pretty sad. Secret of Skinwalker Ranch and Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. It's about this ranch that's kind of out in the middle
Got
of
a lot of
nowhere.
creepy stuff
and there's a
going
lot of just
on.
very unexplained things that happen. We're going to chat with him about the shows coming up.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. New research says the reason it seems mosquitoes are especially attracted to you could be
because they are.
It could be your armpits, they say.
Oh.
That's why some people are so delicious to the annoying critters while others get off scot-free. This doesn't make any sense
Your
to me.
armpits.
Yeah, according to the scientists, mosquitoes are drawn to body odor, also known as BO. Mosquitoes can find us from 350 feet away once they get a whiff. In the study, BO was more attractive bait than CO2, which is a known cue for mosquitoes. Here's the thing. I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that too.
Because, like, when we're out in the yard working, I sweat a lot. And I don't smell great. And mosquitoes hate me.
They don't bother you
And
at all.
Heidi smells like a rose, and they're bugging her the entire time. So whoever did this study, I think you might be wrong.
It's a little flawed, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know owners of new Ford vehicles will still be able to listen to AM radio now?
I did hear this. That's
there was
a good
thing
thing.
where they were going to get rid of all of the and recently Jim Farley, CEO of Ford, announced that they are reversing their plan to remove AM radios in both gas and electric vehicles. Social media, he wrote, after speaking with policy leaders about the importance of AM broadcast radio as part of the emergency alert system, we've decided to include it on all 2024 Ford and Lincoln vehicles. For any owners of Ford EVs without AM broadcast capability, they're offering a software update. So the thing that's cool is there's actually the ability inside that radio. Now they're going to offer the update to make that work. So technology amazes me. All the things that they can do. But when it comes right down to it, good old AM and FM radio, I mean, this is talking about AM, but broadcast radio, it's a pretty important thing. So we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Big Brother's motto has always been expect the unexpected. And there are two surprises coming for viewers of the show. I don't know when this is. Let's see. August 2nd, so it's a while. They're going to premiere 25th season, and they've got
25 seasons.
I know.
Holy cow.
But they're going to have some all-star guests returning. if you want to read all the details, a 90-minute special. Vin Diesel, I've got the story in the show notes if you want to read all the details. Vin Diesel says spin-offs of Fast and Furious franchise are in the works right now. So he was talking about other movies, and the people from Fast and Furious go, no, this is probably going to be the last one. He's like, no, it's spin-offs. That's what I'm talking about, spin-offs. And he'll be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger has accepted the position of Netflix CAO. What is that, you might ask?
Yeah, what is that?
Chief Action Officer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of a gimmick. I saw a commercial for it, but he accepted the big job as Netflix Chief Action Officer. Oh, by the way, he's got a new show on there, a movie or something that he's promoting, and I think it's all part of that.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. An avocado spill on a Pennsylvania highway shut down the highway. I'm a fan of avocados, but I hardly ever have them because Heidi's not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And I bought some, but when I got them, I got too many because I didn't
and then
eat
they
them
get
all.
all gross and mushy.
So I had like 2, and then the rest were like, ooh, these are kind of gross. They're kind of like bananas. If you don't eat them in 12 minutes, they're just not good. So.
That's exactly right.
Miracle drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. I don't know if I said any of that right. They've recently exploded in popularity for incredible weight loss side effects, but they may also quell be an accidental treatment. I think that probably means be an accidental treatment for addiction, according to experts. Patients who have taken these type 2 diabetes treatments have reported they compel them to control their impulses when it comes to eating junk food, but also other things like drinking less.
Oh.
And smoking less.
Oh.
So North Carolina researchers are looking into whether drugs like these could be prescribed to suppress the urges to drink and smoke.
Huh.
That's kind of interesting.
That's very cool,
and
actually.
We were talking to somebody. I don't know if this is the stuff they were talking about, but these are brand names. He was talking about something that's in it. I was like, I don't know. I think diet and exercise, 2 things I don't do well, but I need to do better.
Yep,
and
sadly.
I may have just found the dream job for somebody. Maybe not me, but somebody. They're offering to pay 3 people $100 an hour to watch TikTok for 10 hours straight.
I could not. That would drive me insane.
Yeah, Ubiquitous, an influencer marketing agency, is hoping that this will assist engaging emerging trends on TikTok or online. But to apply for the TikTok watching job, you subscribe on their YouTube channel. Again, this all sounds like a gimmick to me. Send a message telling why you'd be the best person for the job. Ubiquitous says they're looking for 18 people. I'm sorry, no. They're looking for 3 people, 18 and older, who are familiar with how TikTok works, particularly trends. After watching sessions, participants will be asked to post their experience on social media and then tag the company. So I don't have a link to it. Even if I did, I don't think I'd want to share it because it sounds like a scam.
I could not do it.
Yeah. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Our guest today is the owner of Skinwalker Ranch. Now, there's 2 different shows. One called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. It's been on for several seasons, has done very, very well. My mother-in-law is a huge fan, by the way. And then Beyond Skinwalker Ranch is a new program, and we've got Brandon, the owner, on the line. Brandon, how long have you owned Skinwalker Ranch?
I've owned the property for over 7 years. I acquired the property from elusive Las Vegas billionaire Robert Bigelow, who had owned it for 20 years, had actually conducted his own investigation that at one time was part of a Pentagon-funded black budget program on the property, studying everything from UFO activity to bizarre cattle mutilations and other strangeness. When I acquired the property, I was very upfront with the fact that I'd never seen a UFO, ghost, or anything of the sort. I acquired the property as an open-minded skeptic and someone who believed that there was a natural prosaic explanation for what had been reported on this property for decades. And, of course, found in time that I was wrong, that there is absolute reality to the phenomena, to the events that are occurring and are now being documented in real time and presented to the public in The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch and the new series, which will commence on June 6th, Beyond Skinwalker, that takes the investigation beyond the borders of this 512-acre enigmatic piece of property to other sites that have claimed high strangeness across the country in order to better understand the nature of what we're dealing with.
Now, you guys have 4 seasons of The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, and there's been all kinds of things that have been documented as far back as the 1950s and probably way beyond that. This has been called UFO Alley, hasn't it?
Yeah, correct. There has been a high frequency of UFO sightings and other strange activity for a very long time. Now, bringing a team of experts, utilizing the scientific method and resources, millions of dollars of resources to bear in order to document the reality and understand the nature of it is something that differentiates our effort, our investigation from anything else. Is a key part of this landmark docuseries event.
Where is this located? Is it near anything, or is it kind of in the middle of nowhere?
Well, it's right in the middle of the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah. It's a remote ranch that is completely surrounded by Native American tribal land. It has been a hot spot, as you've mentioned, documented for decades, if not millennia, for strange activity. We don't understand exactly why. We're seeing a high frequency of this type of activity and incidents on this property, but we're using a data-driven approach to understand really the nature of it and be able to present it to the public and allow the public a peek behind the gate of this property that was, once part of a Pentagon-funded black budget program and is now, I think, the most ambitious privately funded scientific endeavor of our time.
Now, you mentioned you purchased the land from a gentleman in Las Vegas, but I want to make sure people understand this isn't like on the Strip in Vegas. It's quite a ways from there.
No, it's out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of northeastern Utah. And it's a very intriguing piece of property. It's stunningly beautiful. I mean, there's a Red Rock Mesa Plateau that runs the expanse of the property. There are cave systems. There are waterways that traverse the property, as well as old pioneer homesteads, these old structures that still stand on the property that are quite haunting, that add quite a bit to the landscape. And for whatever reason, the center of gravity for these events appears to be on this property.
That's
and
awesome.
I think understanding the nature of it is something that has driven not only our investigation with our team of experts, but is now driving our investigation beyond the ranch to investigate other locations that may yield data and insights that will help us better understand the nature of what we're dealing with.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for sharing this with the world through not just one, but now 2 different TV programs. We appreciate that.
You bet. Thank you for following the journey. Get ready. Everything you've seen so far is a mere prelude to what we'll be unveiling in the weeks ahead.
That's awesome. Again, Season 4 of the History Channel's The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. That's on Tuesday nights at 10, 9 Central. And the new series, Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, premieres Tuesday, June 6th at 10, 9 Central. All of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
What a year. With prices on everything going up, it's more important than ever to have a better credit card. Some people use a credit card that's not a very good one. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Applesauce was the first food eaten in space by astronauts.
I think we've said that before, but
so you
that's
always think of
very
Tang, but
interesting.
think of applesauce too. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you look at bright sky, you see white dots. Well, what you're really seeing is your white blood cells.
What?
Yeah, if you see like white dots, it's white blood. You're not really seeing stars. You're seeing your white blood cells.
Oh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
On average, 150-pound person burns 114 calories per hour while just standing there doing nothing.
Oh.
I think I don't have those genes. I
don't either.
I don't do any. I work my tail off. I'm like, oh, I lost half a pound.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
Maybe we need to just do nothing more often.
Stand around. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A wildlife technician once calculated that a woodchuck would chuck 700 pounds of wood if it could chuck wood.
Okay.
So they calculated
I'm really glad somebody took the time.
Yeah. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Some fish cough. Yeah, really.
Okay.
Excuse me. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. 9% of workers admit their boss had to talk to them about this. What is it? You've talked to me about this many times.
Watching videos when they're supposed to be working?
No, not that. My messy workspace.
Oh.
you walk in, you're like, what's this? I'm like, I'm working on that. It's been there a month. I'm working on it slowly. All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If it's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring in your current phone. iPhones and Samsung phones both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. In China, thieves stopped a truck as it was leaving a tech factory. They threatened the driver and hijacked the truck, getting away with millions of dollars worth of phone parts. Unfortunately, they were parts for several different types of phones, and none of them fit together. And worst of all, it was a truckload of broken parts, which were actually being taken to a recycling facility.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so they were like, you're not going to want this truck. Yeah, that actually is kind of funny. So I wonder what they did with it. I'm going to go recycle this and get $8.
Yeah.
All
wow.
Right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. These are the best ever baseball movies according to 10 expert websites. So there's different people who do different studies, and then somebody compiled those studies because they had nothing better to do. Favorite baseball movie, Heidi? Do you have one?
I do not.
So one that I thought of instantly is not on here is the one Major League. I like that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie.
So number 5, The Natural from 1984, starring Robert Redford.
Okay.
Number 4, A League of Their Own from 1992, Tom Hanks, Gina Davis, Madonna. Number 3, Moneyball. I just watched that recently from 2011. That's got Brad Pitt. What else? Number 2, Bull Durham from 1988, Kevin Costner and Susan Sarandon. And the number 1 baseball movie of all time. You think anything come to mind?
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that is it. Number 1 is Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner, 1989. We actually drove by the Field of Dreams because we were not too far from it. We're like, let's drive by.
Yeah.
It. We went out of our way a little bit to check it out. We're like, that's neat. All right, the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
InsuranceChicken.com wants to know, how much are you paying for your insurance? I know it seems like a hassle to switch to a different company, but if you can save a few bucks, it's worth crossing the road to InsuranceChicken.com. We have several of the top insurance companies trying to earn your business. They do that by offering great insurance that is cheap. Okay, enough of the silly chicken puns. It's time to get serious about saving you money on your insurance. At InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Jim Harrison said, "The simple act of opening a bottle of wine has brought more happiness to the human race than all of the collective governments in the history of Earth."
That is true. That is absolutely true.
You know, the government does some good things, but then they get in their own way and do some things that you're like, whoa, what did you do that for? So, I don't know. I think there's a place for everything, but I don't know. Just seems like a lot of the time they mess up things. Not intentionally, I'm sure. I hope. I hope.
disagree with that.
Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. What's that? Government's on the line?
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. 8th grader's act of kindness touches the heart of an elderly woman. In a world where acts of kindness often go unnoticed, sadly, and then we talk about things that are bad, I just don't understand why, but it happens. I love sharing stories like this. A remarkable story has emerged that reminds us the power of compassion and the impact it can have on someone's life. It all started with a Kindness Week challenge given to Brandon Gould by his 8th grade teacher, Miss Watkins. Little did he know that this challenge would lead to a wonderful friendship with an 84-year-old, Ms. Ann.
Aww.
His commitment to sending her little goodies every day for a week turned into a habit of checking up on her and bringing other gifts regularly long after the challenge was over. Their friendship now has lasted over 5 years.
I love this
He still
story.
visits every month with flowers and smoothies and chocolates and more. They talk about everything from his new high school life to now his college goals. The pair has found that they share a mutual love of chocolate. Ms. Ann is always eager to hear what he's doing and loves to share her stories from a different time. They've become best of friends, with Brendan treating her like an adopted great-grandmother. Best thing is, the best thing a teenager can do is befriend someone elderly. I'm so glad our son has added more sunshine to her life. I hope he always remembers the joy he's brought to her and the fun talks that he has with her, and keeps his kind heart and thinks of others onward. Year 6.
I think he will. I think
that's really cool. Says his family is grateful for Brendan's friendship. Miss Ann's family is, and they cannot always be with her, so they love the fact that he has brought so much sunshine into her life.
What a great story.
I love that. And I'll tell you what, when I was in high school, I used to take my grandmother to church, and the people that I met at the nursing home that she was at were the most wonderful. I didn't have to do anything, and they just thought I was the coolest guy in the world because I just showed up, and I'm like, it was very addictive. And I remember when I got a job that didn't allow me to have that time off to do that, I was so bummed out. And the first time I went, I honestly didn't want to go. But then I went there, and I was like, this is pretty cool. This is amazing. So kids, get out there and do that. It is amazing. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to The John and Heidi Show.